Hello, everybody. This is Bernie Strom, and welcome to my YouTube channel for tonight's presentation of Field of Dreams baseball season number 10. Anyway, you have our statistics on the screen right there. And while we wait for a moment, another minute or so for anybody else who wants to show up at 5 o'clock, we will then start the game. But before that, let's go over the standings so far. Once again, I forget which league this is, but it's named the Suck It Up Division, so that's what we're going to call it. Washington leads by 5.5 over Crystal Lake and 9.5 over Manchester. In the No More Tears division, Real Chicago leads by 6 over Union Steward, 7 over Carolina. As the clock ticks to 5 o'clock exactly, let's take a look at some of the leaders so far in May and June. Batting leaders, Heilman from Philadelphia over 400 at 405. Home runs, of course, Babe Ruth for Washington at 17. He also leads with runs batted in Washington. Scoring a lot of runs, got the top 3 spots in RBIs in the league. Stolen bases, Lofton for San Francisco is leading the league with 21. ERA, Maddox, we got to get his picture done at 1.25 wins. Hendricks for Chicago tied with Cooper at Washington at 9. Johnson and Lanier 1 game back at 8. Strikeouts, Walter Johnson at 106, and Rod Beck leads or tied with Dewey in saves. Team batting, Washington hitting 282, Philadelphia 281. Where's Philadelphia? Philadelphia is in last place. So Philadelphia hitting well, can't be pitching well. Crystal Lake, Washington, Chicago lead the pitching. And so far, Jamie is leading the manager of the year voting. Mort Cooper, his pitcher, is leading the Cy Young. And Lou Gehrig is leading the MVP for MV. Anyway, let's go down, start playing the games. June 1st. Let's see. Let's pick, let's do 2 good teams, Crystal Lake and Manchester, to start things off today. But before that, let's autoplay Union Stewards at Beantown. 1-0 shutout, Barnes over Chandler. Lancaster at Real Chicago. 5-3 Lancaster upsets and Raleigh Fingers. The winner, Valenzuela, the loser. St. Louis at Washington. St. Louis is surprising. 10 games under 500. 8-1 Washington wins that game. I got to get the Washington Clowns logo in there and the Chicago logo in there, which we will do momentarily before the game starts. Carolina at Philadelphia. 10-8 Philly, Bridges over Walsh. Chicago at Edmonton. 2 games fighting for playoff spot. 5-1 Edmonton, Testro over Vance. San Francisco at Gary. 7-1 Gary. Vandermeer over Haynes. Lehigh at Vegas, 2 games under 500. And Lehigh wins as Cy Young goes to 4-5. Joe Ben's the loser, 2-6. And let's play Crystal Lake at Manchester. We have the logos here, so I don't need to add them. Computer lineups. Crystal Lake has Hal Carlson pitching today, and he's going to face Mike Scott. Lineups are in. We're in Ebbets Field today. Crystal Lake and Manchester facing off with Hal Carlson versus Mike Scott. Crystal Lake has won 9 games, 9 straight, 9 of the last 10. Carlson takes the mound. He'll be the first start of the year. He'll be opposed by Mike Scott from Manchester. He's made 9 starts, is 5-4. It's his second start against Crystal Lake. He lost his only start. And Lou Gehrig is riding a 10-game hitting streak, 74 degrees. It's sunny. Let's play ball. Batting order for Crystal Lake will have Judge in center field leading off, Bonds in left. Batting second, Williams, the DH. Batting third, Griffey in right field. Batting fourth, Fox at first. Fifth, Williams again. At third base, that's Matt Williams. Thompson at second base, seventh. Clayton at shortstop, eighth. Manwaring catching and batting ninth. In the field for the Red Bolts, DiMaggio in left, Ashburn in center, Manny Ramirez in right, King, Bell, Robinson, Gehrig in the infield left to right, Petrali catching, Scott pitching. Stepping in is Aaron Judge. We're underway. Bell makes a great play, 1 down. Barry Bonds walks. Barry Bonds has a great on-base percentage because he's just a great player. Cy Williams, the DH, deep into left field, and that ball is out of here. And just like that, Crystal Lake leads 2-0. Cy Williams, home run number 8. He's doing well for Crystal Lake. Ken Griffey up. First strikeout for Scott, who finds himself losing 2-0. And he strikes out Fox to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the first. Crystal Lake 2. Red Bolts coming to bat. Batting order for Manchester. Votto, the DH, leading off. Ramirez in right, hitting second. DiMaggio in left, hitting third. Gehrig hitting cleanup at first. Second base, Robinson batting fifth. Bell at short, sixth. Petrali catching seventh. King eighth, playing third. And batting ninth, Richie Ashburn in center field. Left to right, Bonds, Judge, Griffey in the outfield. Infield, Williams, Clayton, Thompson, Fox, Manwaring, the catcher. We need to get a picture for Royce Clayton, so let's do that. Okay, what happened to my screen? There it is. Well, what's the next one look like? No Red Sox. Let's use this one. I like that one. Here we go. Bottom of the first. Votto on the ground. Thompson to Fox. Manny Ramirez. That one's cut off by Matt Williams, 2 down. Joe DiMaggio. Long drive. No, it's a short drive to left. Bonds has got it. Top of the second, 2-0 Crystal Lake. Matt Williams strikes out. Scott's got 3 in a row. 4 in a row for Scott. Clayton to King. Close play, but he's going to be out. 1-2-3 goes Crystal Lake. Bottom of the second. 2-0. Carlson will face Gehrig, Robinson, and Bell. Gehrig to left, base hit. Gehrig having a good year. He's now got an 11-game hitting streak. Jackie Robinson, left field. Bonds got it. Jay Bell chopped in front of the plate. That's a base hit. Had to read that one. Catcher Gino Petralli to right. Griffey's got it. Very shallow. 2 away, 2 on. For Jeff King. King on the ground. Thompson to first for the out. Anybody in the audience that hasn't checked in would like to see their team, just pop your name in there. I like to play games if someone's here to watch their team. Mainwaring, 9th, followed by the top of the order for Crystal Lake, Judge and Bonds. Bell the first for the out. Number 5 for Scott. Bonds walks for the second time today. Cy Williams, he's the difference in the game so far. And he hits another deep drive. Boy, I think Scott ought to walk him, fly out. The inning, we head to the bottom of the third. 2-0 Crystal Lake. Number 9 hitter Ashburn on the ground to Clayton. 1 down. Joey Votto in the right field, base hit. He's going to end up being thrown out at second base, trying to stretch that into a double. There's 2 away. Manny deep in the center field. Judge backing up. It's going to be off the wall. And that was a very costly play for the runner to be thrown out at second because he most likely would have scored. DiMaggio up. He's going to hit it on the ground to Thompson. A waste of a double by Ramirez. We head to the top of the fourth. 2-0 Crystal Lake. And Slash is here, but Slash is watching his team win. So we need somebody else. Scott strikes out Griffey's number 6, Fox number 7. Scott's made one mistake today, and that one was for struck out the side. He's got 8. He's made one mistake today to Cy Williams, and so far that's the difference in the game. We head to the bottom of the fourth. 2-0 Crystal Lake. Lou Gehrig extended his batting streak, hitting streak his last time up, but he's out 6-3. Jackie Robinson deep in the left field. Bonds is just going to look at that one, sail over his head for his 4th home run of the season. Lead's cut in half. It's now 2-1 Crystal Lake. Was that a bunt? Let's find out. I'll have to look after I call the play. It was a bunt. He is out. 2 away. Carlson, his first start of the season, facing Petralli deep into right field, but Griffey's going to put it away for the out. We head to the top of the 5th, moving right along. It's Crystal Lake, 2 runs, only 1 hit, no errors. The Red Bolts, 1 run, 5 hits, no errors. Red Bolts have left 3 on. Crystal Lake has left 1 on. Thompson, Clayton, wearing the bottom third of Crystal Lake's order. Strikeout number 9 for Scott. He's really feeling it now. Clayton's number 10. We're only in the 5th inning. Manwaring. He hits it, but only to shortstop. Bell catches it for the out. Halfway home, 2-1 Crystal Lake. Manchester sends up hitters 8, 9, and 1. King, Ashburn, and Votto. Thompson at first for out number 1. Base hit in the right field. That's off Judge's glove all the way to the wall. That is going to be a double, the third double of the year for Richie Ashburn. Tying run on second, 1 away for Joey Votto. And that's going to drop in front of Griffey for a hit. They're going to send the runner home. The throw gets away from the catcher. It's an error on Ken Griffey Jr. Bad throw. Votto goes to second. They were all tied up at 2. Same situation. 1 out. Runner on second base for Manny Ramirez. Line drive. Clayton's got it. 2 away. Joe DiMaggio. And he's going to single in the right field. Griffey's going to not even throw home. And it is now 3-2 Manchester. Lou Gehrig. Deep in the right field. Griffey backing up. It's off the wall. DiMaggio's going to round third. He's going to score. Gehrig goes in a second, standing with a double. It's now 4-2. Well, Carlson was moving right along and then gave up a run last inning. Now he's given up 3. See how long he's going to stay in there. He intentionally walked Robertson to face Jay Bell. Grounded a Fox to Carlson covering for the out. That was the right play. We head to the top of the 6th. 4-2 Red Bolts. Scott has been hot except for that one pitch. This is strikeout number 11. We're in the 6th inning. One bad pitch to Cy Williams, homered in the first. That was it. He's walked Bonds twice. Bonds has got a hold of this one, but not deep enough. Ramirez puts it away. Here he is, Cy Williams. He struck him out. That's number 12. We head to the bottom of the 6th. 4-2 Red Bolts, Gino Petralli. First strikeout for Carlson. King line drive, base hit, left field. Someone bobbles it. There's an error on Barry Bonds. The runner ends up on second base. Richie Ashburn, the center fielder. He hits it on the ground to Clayton, and Ashburn beats it out. Because of where that ball was hit, King had a hold. First and second, 1 away, top of the order. Joey Votto in the center field, base hit. King is going to hold. That's the third hit for Votto today. Bases loaded, only 1 away. Manny Ramirez, dangerous hitter. Walks him with the bases loaded. I'm not sure what the manager file says, but time for Carlson to get out of there. DiMaggio, second walk in a row, second run forced in a row. 6-2. Gehrig doesn't get any easier. And there's a base hit that's going to go to the wall. 1 run's going to score. 2 runs going to score. 3 runs are going to score. On the third goes Gehrig. He's safe. It's his second triple of the year. It is due now 9-2. We're going into Zoom territory here, but let's see how. I'm just curious how long Carlson's going to stay on the mound. pass ball. Garrick scores. Well, let's zoom to the end of the 8th inning. Ten to 3. That's going to be the game. We're going to go to the 9th. End of the game. There, we got it. 10-3. Let's take a quick peek at this. Crystal Lake, who started so well, ended up with 3 hits. Cy Williams, 2-run homer. Clayton got a hit, and Jimmy Fox got a hit, but that's all there. Manchester, everybody got hits. 3 hits for Votto, a hit for Manny, a hit for Joe DiMaggio, 3 hits for Gehrig, Jackie Robinson with 2, Jay Bell with 1. Catcher Petrelli is the only person without a hit. King got 1, Ashburn got 2. Pitching, Carlson is the losing pitcher, pitched 6 innings, 14 hits, 10 runs he gave up. Struck out 1, walked 3. Game was finished up by Jackson. Scott pitched a complete game, 9 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned. Struck out 16 and walked 2. Back to the schedule as game number 1 is in the books. Also, day number 1 is in the books, right? Yep, it is. Okay, a little of the Steve Tate clicking the buttons to see what happens. Crystal Lake is getting a second shot at him, and Manchester beats him 10-8. Beantown at home, Union Stewart shuts him out 2-0. Pedro Martinez is now 5-5. St. Louis, 11 games under 500 at Washington, and they beat him 9-8. They now are only 10 under. Carolina at Philadelphia. Carolina shuts them out 8-0. Chicago at Edmonton. 8-4 Chicago. Johnson over Feller. San Francisco at Gary. 4-2 San Francisco win. Lancaster at Real. Chicago 2-1 Lancaster. And Lehigh again at Vegas. Lehigh wins 4-3 Hubble over Wilhelm. Moving on to the 3rd. St. Louis trying to win 2 in a row at Washington, but they don't make it. 5-2 Washington over St. Louis. Carolina 5-1 over Philly. Crystal Lake still at Manchester. Crystal Lake trying to get a win, but they're not going to get one. Tudor beats Maddox 6-2. Chicago at 500. Edmonton 2 games under 500. 6-5 Chicago. Hendricks over Butcher. Union Stewards at Beantown. Union Stewards lose a slugfest 13-12. Again, San Francisco at Gary. 3-1 Gary. Again, Lancaster at Real. Chicago 8-0. Real. Chicago wins. Lopat now 8-2. And Lehigh pulled into a 500 record, looking to sweep Vegas. But Vegas upsets them 2-1. Robin Roberts over Dutch Leonard. On to the 4th. Lancaster and Edmonton, we've changed cities. We'll play a game in this weekend series. We'll pick one here on Saturday. 8-5 Edmonton over Lancaster. Rio 4-3 gets the win. Lehigh moves on to Washington, a little tougher opponent. Washington beats them 6-3. Cooper over Wood. Union Stewards gives up 19 runs. Union Stewards loses 19-1. Let's just look at the box score. 13 runs in the last 2 innings. Bonham gave up 10. Viola came in and gave up 9 in 2/3 of an inning. Okay. I don't think he's going to last very long. San Francisco at Manchester. Manchester 6-3. Manchester on a roll. They're up to 3rd place, knocking on Crystal Lake's door for 2nd. Carolina at Beantown. 7-5 Carolina. Crystal Lake at Gary. Crystal Lake trying to stay out of the hard-charging Manchester Red Bulls. They do 2-1 win. Chicago at Real Chicago. Maybe that's a game we'll play tomorrow. Chicago wins 9-7. Seaver over Chapman. St. Louis at Vegas. 2-0 shutout Harder over Wyatt. Lancaster at Edmonton. 8-2 Lancaster. At Lancaster now 1 game under 500. Edmonton 3 games under. And a second game of a doubleheader in Vegas, 6-1. St. Louis sweeps Scherzer over Benz. As we approach Saturday, let's look at the standings. We got Washington 7.5 over Crystal Lake, 8.5 over Manchester. Everybody else is out of it. Real Chicago 5 games over Carolina, 6 over Union Stewards in Chicago. And Chicago is fighting for that playoff spot. So why don't we play Chicago at Real here on the 5th? But before that, Carolina is going to play at Beantown. Beantown wins 5-1. Lehigh at Washington, 4-2. Lehigh. Union Stewards at Philadelphia. Will their pitching make a comeback? They do, 13-6. Aaron Seeley of the Red Sox wins that 2-1. Manchester trying to catch Crystal Lake, which will be the next game, I'd sim. 4-2 Manchester. Mel Parnell beats Steve Avery. That's 4-2 Manchester now. A half a game behind Crystal Lake. Crystal Lake wins. They're a game ahead. They lose. They're tied for second place. Gary beats them 7-6, and there's your tie for second place in the Suck It Up division. Let's play Chicago at Real Chicago. Pitching for the Gangsters, Walter Johnson will face Roger Clemens. We got a good game. I think I forgot to put the Gangsters logo in, so I'll do that for next time. Real has more than one first baseman in the lineup. I don't know how that happened, but I'm assuming Killebrew's the third baseman. Okay, what's going on here? Fielder missing at first base. Doesn't that say first base? Bagwell's injured. Why do we have a fielder missing at first base? He wants McCovey. So let's put McCovey in there. He's already in the lineup. Now he's missing a DH. Who does he want for the second DH? Justice. But he's in the lineup. Then goes Gant. There you go. David, I think you need to work on your manager file. I think we got it. Welcome to Fulton County Stadium for tonight's game between Chicago and Real Chicago. Walter Johnson takes the mound. He's made 16 starts in the years, 9-6 with a 2.33 ERA. His second start against Real, he's 1-0. He'll be opposed by Roger Clemens, who Dave just got in a trade to shore up his pitching staff for the pennant run. It's his third start against Chicago. He's 1-0 with a 1.00 ERA against Chicago. Warm day. It's 89 degrees here in Fulton County Stadium, and it is sunny. Let's play. Chicago has Rice in center, Wagner short, Rose in right, Guerrero the DH bench catching, Goslin left, Cabrera in third, Cash at first, Gritch at second base, batting ninth. In the outfield, Murphy, Edmonds, and Justice. Killebrew, Vaughn, Biggio, McCovey at first. O'Farrell catching. There's Clemens on the mound. Stepping in is Sam Rice, and we're underway. Clemens gets a strikeout. Murphy puts it away for the out. Pete Rose. Rose on first. And Guerrero's up. Vladdy hits it to left. Murphy puts it away. End the inning. We go to the bottom of the first. As you can see on the scoreboard, Chicago and Chicago. The first Chicago, nothing. The second Chicago coming to bat. Although the second Chicago was really in Chicago first. You follow that? I hope so. I don't think I did. Okay. Batting order for the Chicago number 2 that was here first. McCovey at first base leading off. Edmonds at batting second in center. Justice in right third. Killebrew, third base, fourth. Murphy in left fifth. Biggio at second, sixth. Gant, the DH, as you saw. Vaughn at shortstop, eighth. O'Farrell catching, batting ninth. In the outfield, Goslin, Rice, and Rose left to right for Buckshot's team. Cabrera, Wagner, Gritch, Cash at first. Bentz catching. Walter Johnson pitching. Stepping in is Willie McCovey. Base hit in the right field. Leadoff batter on. Edmonds strikes out. Justice strikes out. And Johnson throws to Killebrew, who hits it on the ground to Gritch, to Cash for the out. Innings over. We head to inning number 2, no score. Clemens pitching to bench Goslin and Cabrera, one down. 2 down. Cabrera's Clemens' third victim, bottom of the second, no score. Murphy up the middle, Gritch has it. One down, Biggio and Gant to follow. Biggio to center. And Ron Gant. Deep into left field. Is it going to be fair or foul? It's a foul ball. Gant hits it back up the middle. Johnson to Cash for the out. Head to inning number 3, no score. Clemens facing Cash, Gritch, and Rice. McCovey takes it to the bag. Gritch up the middle, base hit. Sam Rice up for the second time. Clemens to second for one. That's all they get. Honus Wagner. There goes Rice. He's safe. Stolen base number 6. Finds himself in scoring position. However, McCovey's going to take it to the bag for out number 3. No score as we head to the bottom of the third. Archie Vaughn to center. One down. O'Farrell, McCovey to follow. I don't have a photo of O'Farrell. I'll have to find one, put it in there. Cash takes it to the bag. McCovey down the line, but looks like it's going. Line drive, base hit up the middle. McCovey on first. Jim Edmonds to the plate. Wild pitch. McCovey to second. Deep in the right field, but out of play. Edmonds in the right. Ed drops in front of Rose. McCovey, who's going to score. Rose, no attempt. It is 1-0 Real Chicago. Dave Justice walks. Harmon Killebrew now steps in. And Johnson walks 2 in a row. That's unlike him. Bases loaded for Dale Murphy. Inning over as Murphy becomes Johnson's third victim. End of 3, 1-0. And we'll be back in a moment. Back at Fulton County Stadium, top of the 4th inning, 1 run, 3 hits. No errors for Real Chicago. Chicago Gangsters. No runs, 1 hit, and no errors. Pete Rose, top of the order for the Gangsters. No, number 3rd bat. He was top of the order recently, though. He's out short to first. Or third to first. Guerrero homers just over the fence in left field, and that ball traveled 336 feet. Home run number 8 for Guerrero. It is all tied. Bench steps in. Clemens gets number 4. Gosselin, the 5th victim. We head to the bottom of the 4th. We're tied at 1. Biggio, Gant, and Vaughn to face Walter. Big Train Johnson. Base hit in the left field. Biggio on to lead off the inning. Throw to first. He gets back. Gant on the ground to Cash. Going to throw to short for 1. Back to first. Double play. 3-6-3 double play. 2 away for Archivon, who flies to right. Rose under it. Gets the easy put out. We head to top of the 5th, all tied at 1. Cabrera, Cash, and Grich facing Clemens. Clemens' only blemish of Vladimir Guerrero homer in the last inning. 2 strikeouts for Clemens. And he strikes out the side. He's got 8 at the halfway home at the end of 4.5. We're tied at 1. Want to say hello to MV and Slash for checking in. And whoever else is here, hope you're having a nice Friday evening. Hope you're feeling better, MV. I heard you were under the weather. O'Farrell strikes out. Catcher drops the ball, throws to first for the out. McCovey 2 for 2 today. But that is going to be 2 for 3 because that little dribbler just went back to the mound. Edmonds on the ground. Grich to first. Quick 1-2-3 inning. Top of the 6th, tied at 1 in the Battle of Chicago. Sam Rice up 0 for 2 today. Slow roller to Vaughn. He may beat this out. Hey, Luke gets thrown up by a half a step. Honus Wagner. Wagner batting 255. A little low for him. But this is a tough league to hit in. Deep in the right field, Justice makes the play for the out. Pete Rose up the middle. Biggio 1, 2, 3 goes the Gangsters. We head to the bottom of the sixth, still tied at 1. Justice is the fifth strikeout victim for Walter Johnson. Grounded to Cash, going to take it to the bag himself. Killebrew is out. And Dale Murphy's 0 for 2. He's now going to be 1 for 3 as he singles on the left. Murphy at first. Craig Biggio, the second baseman, he's going to line to center field. We're going to have a play at third. No, we're not. Runners at first and third, 2 away. Ron Gant, the third choice for the DH, is up. He's going to hit it in the left field. No, it's going to be snared by Wagner. What a play by Honus Wagner. Great play, number 17. We head to the seventh, still tied at 1. I thought that was a hit and a run. Okay, let's get this sip of water over with. Top of the seventh, Guerrero, who's homered, followed by Bench and Gosselin. Starting pitchers both in there. This time Murphy's got it for the out. Johnny Bench. Killebrew to first. It's going to be close. He's out too. 2 away for Gosselin, who is Clemens' number 9 strikeout victim. We head to the bottom of the seventh, 1 run, 6 hits, no errors, 6 left on for Real Chicago. Chicago Gangsters, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on. Good pitches duel between Walter Johnson and Roger Clemens. Vaughn stepping in. He'll be followed by O'Farrell and McCovey. Gritch has it, 1 down. O'Farrell in the right field, base hit. Runner on. For Real Chicago, Willie McCovey 2 for 3 today. He's going to hit it on the ground of Gritch, and he's going to boot it, but he's going to throw to first, and he's going to be safe. That's error number 12 on Bobby Gritch. That is a shame. 2 runners on, 1 out. Edmonds up. In the right field, Rose has got it. Runners retreat to their bags. 2 away. Let's see if that error is going to be costly, or maybe Walter Johnson can pitch his way out of it. Justice pops it up. Looks like he's going to get out of it. Wagner's got it for the out. We head to the eighth, still tied at 1. Which one of these pitches is going to blink first? Clemens has 130 estimated pitch count. Johnson 150 from a different era. Cash up as Cabrera strikes out. Cash in a right field, base hit. Only the third hit for the Gangsters today. Bobby Gritch has one of them. He flies to center field, though. He's out. 2 away, runner on first for Sam Rice, who's 0 for 3. He's going to hit it right to McCovey, couple of steps to hit the bag. We head to the bottom of the eighth, 1-1. Walter Johnson at 112 pitches. He's got a few more innings in him. Killebrew strikes out, number 6 for Johnson. Murphy on the ground, the third. Cabrera makes a great play. Never seen a great play be anything but an out. 2 away as I pushed the button too soon. Biggio's 2 for 3. He hits it to left. Gosselin makes the easy out. We head to the 9th inning, tied at 1. Will we have extra innings baseball? Let's find out. As Wagner, Rose, and Guerrero, Roldis Chapman is going to come in for Clemens as he comes out 8 pitches before his estimated pitch count. Surprising? Although it's only estimated. Justice puts it away for the out. Pete Rose turns around, bats righty. He's out. And a grounder from Guerrero to Killebrew. Over to McCovey, 1, 2, 3 goes the Gangsters in the top of the 9th. We head to the bottom of the 9th, all tied at 1. Well, the pitching duel no longer has both pitchers in it, but Walter Johnson's still in there. He will face Gant, Vaughn, and O'Farrell. Strikeout number 7. Number 8. Walter Johnson walks the number 9 hitter. There's probably some kind of rule that you should never walk the number 9 hitter. It's his 3rd walk of the game. He's going to face Willie McCovey, an infinitely tougher hitter, but he goes down on strikes. It's his 9th victim. We head to inning number 10 as Chapman will face Bench, Gosselin, and Cabrera. Greg McMichael will come in. Strikes him out, Gosselin. Fly ball to right. Justice has got it just in front of the track. Guerrero struck out 3 times today, the machine's telling me. And that's number 4. We head to the bottom of the 10th. Chicago and Chicago all tied up. Walter Johnson facing Edmonds. Will he stay in? So far, he's staying in. Edmonds, number 10 strikeout victim. Justice on the ground. Cabrera cuts in front of Wagner, makes the play, and Justice is out. Cabrera didn't do that. He would have been safe. Walter Johnson turns red. He pitches to Killebrew in foul territory. Killebrew up the middle. Gritch has it. We head to inning number 11. Will McMichael stay, or does that manager fire replace pitches after 1 inning? McMichael stays, pitches to Cash. Base hit to right field. David Justice makes a poor play. Guess that means he could have caught it for an out, but there's a single. Cash at first, Gritch up. Will he bunt? Let's find out. He does. Throw to second. This ball goes into center field. What will happen here? Nothing. Cash remains at second base. Gritch at first. Nobody out. Runners on first and second. That brings up Sam Rice. Will he bunt? He bunts it. Throws to first. He's out. That's a double play somewhere. The pitch to Michael DeCurve, squares to bunt, popped it up, caught by O'Farrell, files to first, doubles off Gritch, and all of a sudden, from a sure victory to 2 outs, runner on second, but they have to get Honus Wagner. and he is no shoe-in. Maybe they'll intentionally walk him. They pitch to him. Wagner up the middle. Biggio's going to make the play, and just like that, we head to the bottom of the inning. Well, that was quite an interesting inning, if you ask me. No one asked, I see. Walter Johnson, a red 154. Will he stay in? He does. Murphy deep in the left field. Is this going to be over? Gosselin's got it for the out. 157. Ground ball in the right field. Base hit. Biggio on. Walter Johnson pitching way past his estimated pitch count. Biggio at second. Ron Gant up. Number 11 for Walter Johnson. 2 away, runner on first. Archie Vaughn and Trevor Hoffman is replacing Walter Johnson as he gets an ovation from the home crowd, which is pretty unusual. Throw to first, Biggio back. Vaughn walks. Trevor Hoffman this season so far has pitched 8 2/3 innings, 2 saves, and has not given up an earned run yet. O'Farrell to face Hoffman. He strikes him out. The inning's over. We head to inning number 12. We're tied at 1. McMichael's still in there. Rose up. Biggio backhands it. 1 down. Vladimir Guerrero. Base hit in the center field. Notorious bad ball hitter. That ball was not a bad ball, but he hit it anyway. And Jay Howell coming in. Johnny Bench. Line drive. Edmonds is going to catch it. Great play. 2 away. Runner on first. Goose Gosselin, 0 for 4. That's in the foul territory. Grounder to Killebrew. To McCovey for the out. Top of the 12th is over. We head to the bottom of the 12th, tied at 1. Hoffman's still on the mound. McCovey up. McCovey hits it to Cash, who boots the ball for an error. Runner on first. Edmonds up. I doubt they have Edmonds bunting, but let's see. Grounder. It's a slow roller to Wagner. They can't get McCovey. They can't get Edmonds. And for the second inning in a row, 2 runners are on with nobody out. Last time it was for the Gamblers. This time it's for Real Chicago. 2 runners on. David Justice up. Hoffman on the mound. There's a grounder to Cash. He's going to throw to second for 1, over to first. And you saw that twice in a row. Runners on first and second for both teams. Nobody out. A double play results. And there's 2 outs. Bottom of the 12th. Runner on third. Herman Killer up, looking to walk this game off against Trevor Hoffman. Does he do it? No. Gosselin catches it at the fence. Cabrera up here on the top of the 13th. 1-1 still. Howell's okay. Edmonds for the out. We got extra entertainment. We're losing people here. I think they want to go watch TV. Cash walks. Bobby Grich. Strikeout number 1 for Howell. Sam Rice, top of the order, is going to single the left. Cash going to third. And the gangsters, I don't know, I probably have been calling the gamblers. So if I have, please forgive me. But the Chicago Gangsters are their real name. Honus Wagner's up again with a chance to put them ahead. Let's see what he does. Fly ball to center field, and once again he lets him down. We head to the bottom of the 13th inning. Hoffman's still on the mound facing Murphy. Biggio comes up. Left field, deep. Gosselin's got it for the out. Christopher Slovak comes in. Hey, Chris, it's been a while. Hope everything's okay where you are. Matt Turner coming in to pitch to replace Hoffman. He will face Ron Gant, who's DHing today in place of McCovey, the normal DH, who's playing first base in place of the normal first baseman Bagwell. And Ryan Klesko's going to come in to hit. However, he doesn't hit it good enough, and Cash takes it to the bag to end the inning. We head to inning number 14, 1-1. Howell pitching to Rose, who's going to promptly single in a right field. Rose's first hit of the game. Not many hits in this game. 9 for Chicago, 7 for the Gamblers. Guerrero's homered today. But this time, Edmonds puts it away for the out. Howell turns red, pitching the bench. Fly ball to left field. And Johnny Bench puts it over the temporary fence. They brought the fence in, and it is a 2-run Chicago Gangsters lead over Real Chicago here. Home run for Johnny Bench. They still have Howell red. Will they replace him now? They will. Bring in Kent Merker, but it's one batter too late. Gosselin up. Merker strikes him out. 2 away. Cabrera to right field. Deep. Justice has it, however. We head to the bottom of the 9th. 3-1 Gangsters over Real Chicago. Turner still looks strong. Matt Turner has not allowed a earned run this season, but it's only pitched 1 1/3 inning. He will face Vaughn, O'Farrell, and then McCovey trying to tie this game up. Vaughn in the left field. No, Wagner's going to catch that one. Didn't get over his head. 1 down. O'Farrell on the ground to Gritch. David's Real Chicago team 1 out away from a 3-1 14-inning loss. The pitch to McCovey. Deep in the right field is tying the game up. Rose has it at the fence. This game is over. The Chicago Gangsters defeat the Real Chicago baseball team 3-1 in 14 innings. Let's check this box score out. Finished doing the week, and we can get back to baseball tomorrow. How hard is it to create teams and create fake players? I want to create bases loaded 2 this second season of the Action PC or out of the park. Well, I am not a computer guy, but I think it's pretty easy to do fake players in both those games. Chicago, this is the Chicago Gangsters, who's the second team in Chicago. They win the game. Guerrero goes 2 for 6. Bench hits the home run. Does Bench get the MVP award? No, Walter Johnson does. Johnson pitched 10 and 2/3 innings, allowed 8 hits, a run. It was earned, struck out 11, walked 3. However, the win goes to Turner, who pitched an inning and a third of a no-hit ball. Losing pitcher is Howell, pitched 2 innings, allowed 3 hits, 2 runs. Clemens went 8 innings, 3 hits, only allowed 1 run. Okay, let's finish simming the week. We're done. I'll zip it up, and maybe MV, maybe Steve will do a week or two tomorrow. If they don't, I will. Let's finish the 6th. Let me make sure we did all the games on the 5th. We did. 6th and 7th, we'll do the Steve clicking thing, and then we'll move on. Lehigh at Washington. Washington beats Lehigh 8-2 as they maintain an 8-game lead in that division. Manchester facing San Francisco, 7-0 Manchester win. Scott on a roll. Lancaster and Edmonton, those guys fighting for a playoff spot. 9-1 Lancaster, Buckeye over Matheson. Carolina and Beantown, they're fighting for that same playoff spot, 7-5 Carolina. Carolina in second place, Union Stewards in third. Crystal Lake at Gary. Crystal Lake tied with Manchester for second place if they win this, and they do, 4-3. Chicago at Real. Let's see if David gets even. He doesn't. The Gangsters win 5-4. Union Stewards, they're a half a game out of the playoff spot now. They got to win. But for the second game this week, Union Stewards gives up some gigantic amount of runs, 17-0. Philly wins that game. And St. Louis, they looking for a sweep at Vegas? Vegas beats them 3-2. Roberts over Eisenstadt. So my team avoids the sweep of St. Louis. Day number 7, teams switch and go to different cities because there are 7 games in a week. I'm going to play this, and then we'll zip it up after this. And that'll leave us 1, 2, 3 weeks and 3 days to go. Lehigh at Manchester. 12-2 Manchester hammers Lehigh with Hammaker. Gangsters at Beantown, 4-3 Beantown, Steve over Hendricks. St. Louis moves on to Gary and wins 14-6. San Francisco moves into Washington and upsets them 5-2. Lefty Grove wins that game. Lancaster is on a roll. They've made it to 500. They're at Philadelphia. Philly beats them 9-8, however, not at 500 anymore. 2 teams fighting for that third spot in the No More Tears division. Union Stewards defeats Edmonton 2-1. Martinez now 6-5. Carolina at Real Chicago, 4-2 Carolina. And to end this broadcast, Crystal Lake, they need a win to keep pace with Manchester. Vegas doesn't need anything. Vegas wins 6-1 Sabathia over Swift, so Crystal Lake drops to third, a game behind Manchester. Let's do a little viewing here of the standings, and I will say goodnight and go have my dinner here at 6 o'clock on the West Coast. Washington, 38-13, 6.5 games ahead of Manchester in the Suck-It-Up division. Crystal Lake, 7.5 back, 30-20. Followed by Lehigh, Vegas, St. Louis, San Francisco, and Gary. In the No More Tears, Real Chicago continues to lead, but their lead is dwindled to 3 games over Carolina, 4 games over Chicago Gangsters, 4 games over Union Stewards, 6 games over Lancaster, Edmonton 8 games, and Beantown 8 games. For that matter, Philly only 11 games back. They're closer than Lehigh is in the other league. I'm going to say they're all in it. Batting lead is Jackson for Lancaster, hitting over 400 at 409. Babe Ruth, 19 home runs. Ruth Baker and Bruthers lead the RBI lead. ERA, Maddox, 139. Kershaw, 167. Pennick, 197. Wins, Hendricks with Chicago at 10. Cooper with Washington, 10, followed by Johnson, who we saw pitch, get his 9th win. Jamie's still the manager of the year when the voting was taken. Mort Cooper, his pitcher, is leading in Cy Young. Shoeless Joe Jackson, who's leading the league in hitting at 409, leads for MVP award. Anyway, that's it from Las Vegas, Nevada. I'd like to thank Chris Slovic for coming by. Thank you, Chris. MV/Deep Gaming and anybody else that had watched today's game. Anyway, that's it from here. Hope to see you on Discord, and we will catch you tomorrow. Have a nice evening.